Hi guys, I'm Luca, Chief Marketing Officer at Evlab, and today I'm happy to introduce you to this Chalhoub Tube podcast episode. I'm here with Kevin, Linton, Rami. Guys, may want to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. My name is Rami Riman. I am Administration Operations and Procurement Manager in Chalhoub Group.
Hi, my name is Linton Crockford-Moore. I'm a Chalhoub alumni. I worked for many years as the group's creative director, and now I'm supporting Evlab on their transmission to this exciting new concept.
And hi, I'm Kevin Chalhoub, and I'm the founder and CEO of Evlab.
So Kevin, tell us a little bit more, right? What is this Evlab about?
Sure. I mean, the Evlab is a concept, one-stop shop, multi-brand concept for electric vehicles. We want to centralize the shopping for electric vehicles to one location. Today we launched our pop-up in Mall of the Emirates, which shows the concept.
So going back a little bit, how did you come up with this idea?
The idea came, I was studying in California in renewable energy, worked in the renewable energy space, and I thought, to come back here close to the family, close to our family business, and I thought of where can I add the most value. My thoughts were not only for the group, but with what I studied for the environment. Obviously, studying renewable energy gives you a bit of drive in that field. And then I thought, with our expertise in retail, there are good synergies for such a concept here.
So it's a very interesting project, and I think since I also joined and work with you, it's been a really long way. So just to give a bit of background, I was previously working as Global Head of Digital at Pininfarina. And actually, a former Chalhoub employee told me there is a guy that is trying to do this project in automotive. Is about electric vehicles, and I'm like, okay, what is this about? Let's hear. I was just arrived actually in Dubai after 2 years in Germany, and he told me, there is this guy is called Kevin Chalhoub, and he has a new idea for electric vehicles. And I actually come from the manufacturer. So at Pininfarina, we were building and selling 2,000 horsepower electric cars, and I had the chance to travel the world with them. And I noticed that the massive gap that there is between the manufacturer and the dealer, and how actually outdated is the dealer model in automotive. And so when I heard about what Kevin was doing, it's almost like everything clicked, and I say, okay, finally somebody's doing it.
I had the same impression. I met Kevin a year ago, and straight away he told me about his concept, and straight away I thought, this is precise, it's absolute precision. There is something happening that is really exciting today globally when it comes to the transference from the combustion engine into electric. I mean, it's exciting, and this is what I said to Kevin when I first met him. This is going to be as big as the conversion from when we left horses into the combustion engine. We are seeing today an excitement globally. If you look at markets such as the UK, Japan, Iceland, Germany and Denmark, they all have very ambitious missions to go to zero net emissions by 2030. So there's not only an opportunity in the market, but there's an absolute need, a regulatory need. So when Kevin told me at the beginning his vision for the concept and his vision of building a concept similar to Level Shoes, a concept that the Chalhoub Group created quite a few years ago, an immersive retail concept, I was completely struck. I said, I have to be on board and support you with this, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, the idea really came as electric cars are what I like to think as an upgrade in lifestyle. Too often sustainable solutions are perceived as a
non-cool, maybe.
Right, and as a compromise in lifestyle, I'm compromising for the good leather, the vegan leather. In this case, we're at the point where it's a better product and better for the environment. So with Linton's experience in retail, Luca's experience in automotive and electric cars, we founded this concept, and I'm also going to mention that we're a team of 7 hardworking, very passionate sustainability and automotive experts. So it's beautiful to see that the concepts come live. and Linton designed the concept from scratch and really portrayed all our ideas into execution, into what it is today. So.
And I have to say that it was a very easy execution, because everybody inside of Evlab are very clear on what they want to do and how they want to fulfill those needs of the consumers. They understand the consumer, they understand the product, they're exciting, they are entrepreneurs, they have that full spirit of entrepreneurship that is echoed through the halls of the Chalhoub group, and they're very clear what they want. So when you're clear what you want and the position you're at, it's very easy to develop a concept such as this, I believe.
It's definitely a lot of teamwork, and it comes out naturally. And I pleasantly surprised by at the very beginning when I moved in this region, I wasn't sure it's how fast it was going to happen. But I have to say, I think we are following a bit the steps of UAE government, which is moving quite fast on on sustainability. This is a region that I think wants to lead whatever is happening around the world, and as we all know, sustainability is becoming very important, and the government is committed to make the region, the UAE especially, more sustainable. So it's great. We did already, what, Kevin, 3 events?
Yeah, 3 events. Right. To your point on the region, it's an exciting time to be in the field with Expo coming around sustainability, mobility, opportunity. Those are the 3 pillars, and that's why we also thought that the timing for this concept couldn't be more opportune. And when I think that's once again what ties us all together, sustainability here. We did do 3 events with the sustainability automotive community. So the first 2 were for owners to gather the community around Cars and Coffee, around a track day event in Yas Marina, where we got owners to drive all around the Formula 1 track. It was, I think, the most silent they've seen the track ever, with electric cars going around.
I think it was a huge success. We had about 140 people on our very first Cars and Coffee at City Walk. We brought a lot of traffic there, and people got to, our goal was simply, I think, to, show people that EV are cool, and there is a variety of choice already. We had Jaguar, we had Porsche, we had Mercedes, Tesla, and so on. And I think even now with this, Yas Marina as well was a massive success. I think everybody had a lot of fun with EV on the truck. Rami, I'm not sure if you ever tried an EV.
No, not really.
You should definitely join us for next event.
And that's the conversion. The conversion is, and this Kevin's key vision is to provide a concept where consumers can discover what it's like to drive an EV. I remember when I first met Kevin, he said, come in my Tesla car and I'm going to drive it. It took me 0 to 100
He probably gave you a heart attack.
But when you actually experience what it's like to drive an electric vehicle, you easily converted into it. Are you not, Kevin?
Yeah, it's all about, I think, the experience. When you experience the electric vehicle, it's unique. In terms of, if you care about acceleration, you can't find faster products in the market because of the technology. If you care about range, I think this is an ideal place to own an electric car, because the longest distance you'll have to go is Abu Dhabi or Oman, unlike Europe. So you'll have chargers on the way, and your battery will definitely be able to sustain that. And yeah, the charging infrastructure is growing with the government support. Incentives are free. It's free to charge. It's free to park. So you won't have to do any SMS when you're free to register. So it's an exciting time to buy an electric car.
I think while talking about the experience, this is where the partnership between Chalhoub Group and Evlab comes talking about sustainability and talking about the experience. From the experience point of view, I believe this is where Chalhoub Group, as a sustainability department, they will be partnering with you to make a test drive sessions for our employees in head office in Jebel Ali. And this is the most important point, that when you try the car itself, it makes a different meaning than just knowing or getting the information about it. And I believe this session will be helpful, hopefully, when we...
Definitely. So I mean, we did install a couple chargers in our head office, and the purpose of that is also to facilitate the infrastructure for employees. And we're hoping also to bring up a couple of electric cars for all our employees to test drive around the head office when the weather is better.
Yeah, actually, thank you for the charges in Jebel Ali. We started in head office one in early June 2021. We installed one point of electric charges, and hopefully we're going into HO2. It's an ongoing project. We are now, as a group, in contact with D3, which is in Dubai Design District management, to make sure that if we can install more chargers, we know we have some existing chargers around, but the more we have, the better for the clients and the employees in the area. And let's see how it goes then.
Right. I mean, it's exciting because with these chargers, 22 kilowatt chargers, you can charge your electric vehicle in 5 to 6 hours. So that's while you're working. Even if you don't have a charger at home, you would be able to go to the office and back, depending on where you're living, quite a few times before you need to recharge, which is great. And I honestly only need to charge once a week, as an example. People sometimes assume charging needs to be done a bit more often, but yeah, we wanted to provide.
In a city like Dubai, in general in UAE, where you don't necessarily need so much, right? Necessarily so much mileage in the car, because you mainly use it within the car. I think it's perfect. And it's gonna really change how people live, because right now, right? It's funny. I think we were giving away a T-shirt that says like, we miss waiting at the gas station, says nobody. Because if you own now an EV charger, you're gonna have most likely an EV charger installed in your home, and that's it. You don't even need to go to a gas station, or you have the charger at your workplace, you have the charger at home. So at the end of the day, you barely need to wait. So it's gonna improve a lot of people's life.
Charging is a very important point, because when we look at the pillars of the brand, one of your key pillars is around education. And you run a quantitative research last year asking what the consumer's key pain points was, or questions they had about electric mobility. And one of those questions was about the battery life. Where are there locations where I live, where I can charge up? How long does that battery last? And a lot of the deliverables in your brand frame is about fulfilling those needs. And to answer all those questions, a lot of the concept you're running at the moment in your pop-up and on your online platform and your social media platforms is actually answering all those questions and bridging that gap between the electric mobility and also the consumer, which is important today to fill those questions.
Definitely. Charging infrastructure is a key point. In Dubai today, as of 2019, there were about 750 chargers. That's actually the second most chargers per electric vehicle on the road as a ratio after Amsterdam. And so it's only growing, the infrastructure, with free charging, with chargers now at Chalhoub. We're hoping that more and more people will be able to test drive.
And we did now talking about educating the new clients and engaging with the current clients, because we actually, by the way, the EV community in Dubai and in UAE is amazing. It's super strong. It's a specific, I think, type of clients as well. They they are young, they're energetic, they love sustainability, and I think we embrace really different ages and demographics as well, which is cool. We had in Abu Dhabi, we had families with kids, and we had young guys with their first Tesla as well. So it's very interesting. We're now doing an activation at Mall of Emirates. It's a pop-up from the 7th to the 17th, and we're receiving so much traffic. I think we all, I think it definitely went beyond our expectation, like what we're seeing there. And we had so many Chalhoub employees visiting as well. So it was a great pleasure.
Definitely. I mean, a small word on community. I think, as you mentioned, Linton, it's such an important pillar, and Luca. For us, that was the first step in getting anything going. I remember my brother. We were brainstorming with my brother. How should we push for electric? And he was pushing. Let's go for the community. Push for the community too, and do organize community events around chargers. So this is what's happening, and
it's the most vital component of retail today, is putting your consumer at the very heart of your business. And one of your brand values is community. And we are social creatures, so we need to connect. And if we can create a brand where you find yourself communicating with like-minded people, not only other consumers, but also with a brand. And this is what I find exciting about your current pop-up inside of Mall of the Emirates. I talked to somebody this morning, and they said to me, he said, it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a high-tech kind of futuristic exhibition stand, but I found it very approachable. And as soon as I arrived onto the exhibition stand, I was greeted by, and the words that she said was actually Apple-like Genius Bar people on the stand.
Which is
because
great,
they're
yeah.
experts. They passionate, they understood the product, and they're very approachable. They're cool in their khaki pants and white sneakers and their t-shirt, and not your. It's very disruptive to what you normally see on an exhibition stand. They're very approachable, very connective, and very sociable.
I think we're definitely changing the traditional, say, automotive style of, doing pop-ups and which was mainly oriented in selling cars. We didn't go there with the aim of selling cars, but it happened actually to be that a lot of people that come, talk to us, they see how friendly and approachable we are, so they're not afraid of asking questions, of, learning more, and they falling in love with the cars. So it's a very smooth and natural process, which I think is what Kevin really wanted to create, and this pop-up I think represents that quite well.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly our goal, to create awareness for people about how exciting electric vehicle products can be. And so that's how this concept came to life. I mean, it's all about awareness. We're still a startup. We're incubated in Chalhoub's incubator, the greenhouse. We're only a group of 7 people. Here we're sitting at my uncle's Anthony's hot desk, which is one of my favorite places in the building.
It's the first time I see it. I think it's a very special place there.
Yeah, and Luca was walking around looking at some quotes. I remember one of my uncle's favorite quotes was, don't ever doubt that a small group of individuals can change the world, because that's the only way that the world's ever really changed. It's a quote from Margaret Mead, I remember my uncle teaching that one to me. So
and here where we can witness actually the values inherited from your grandfather to your father and now to you in your own business now. I believe we're proud to have this kind of quality in the family, and how the family business started, and you turn it out as a turnaround in a different field, though you're still really embracing the values of the family that we also inherited.
I still see those pictures in my mind of Michel Chalhoub. We've all seen those wonderful pictures when he's stepping off the plane carrying suitcases or products or Jean Patou, Esti Dupont, and taking it across the Middle East and bringing luxury art to the consumer. But this is what Kevin is doing today, bringing the new product directly to the hearts of the consumer.
I mean, my grandfather was a big inspiration to me. He started our family business in 1955, just, with very humble beginnings, going door to door, selling products. At first, Christophe, Jean Patou, to different royals back then, and he would go on long travel trips with some people we know well in the group, Patrick, Rafi. Well, that was even before, but he would go on long travel trips to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, selling these products. Had to relocate a couple times because of wars, the civil war in Lebanon. My father actually embraced the change, and when the war happened in Kuwait, moving here to Dubai, while my uncle and grandfather were taking care of the family business. But all this came with a vision of luxury growing in the Middle East, and an obsession around this vision, and a legacy that was built by my grandfather, my uncle, my father, executed also his dream. And I like to compare. I mean, I think it was a grand vision, but in 1955, retail luxury, the Middle East wasn't what it was today. And I like to draw the comparisons to what electric vehicles are, not only here but even internationally. It's a nascent market. We know that it's going to happen. We know people are starting to gain interest, especially after COVID. I think there's a sense that collective action actually works. So solving big problems like pandemics, like climate change through collective action works, and electric vehicles is one of those ways. So yeah, I mean the market is exciting. It's nascent, and there's a whole opportunity to shape it.
I would like to add also, on top of all these amazing discussions, talking about sustainability of Chalhoub Group. Before we met you and before we started the partnership, we actually worked on solar panels within our community, within our offices. We started in head office in Jebel Ali, and now there's an ongoing project in DIP, in Dubai Investment Park, in the warehouse. Apart from that, we are also really concerned about recycling. So hopefully we're signing new contracts with the new recycling companies. And then we move to our partnership with Evlab. And this is our major part, because we want to shift to a cleaner energy. We need to really reduce the carbon in the atmosphere. And hopefully through time, we will try to shift this to eco-friendly system to all our warehouses, hopefully in the future. And this where we are challenged with the availability in the market for all the trucks and the vans. I hope the market will be open to that. So would you like to add something about the partnership
totally.
With Chalhoub Group?
I remember when we installed the solar panels, it was a great moment also. We say solar and electric vehicles go hand in hand, because it depends how much electricity is clean to see how much saving of emissions you're getting from your electric vehicles. So it was important also to build solar panels first, and we started with I think 4 megawatts now of solar panels, which is about 30% of our head office and warehouse is supplied by solar. Now it is an intermittent technology. Hopefully we can grow it to more, and maybe someday even add battery storage.
I'm always impressed all these years how this is part of the family's DNA. Your uncle and your father as well carrying that forward.
Yeah, I mean, my uncle was the first to actually install a charger in the group, and we just installed the next two, and we're hoping to push for more of his vision as well.
And Patrick's vision when it comes to also recycling and sustainability throughout the offices.
Definitely. I mean, we have Impact, which is one of our non-profits in Chalhoub, and 3 key pillars of impact are humanitarian work, educational work, and sustainability. So all that Rami has described falls into the sustainability category. And Patrick has always been supportive of giving back to the community first and foremost, giving back to the environment, building a healthier planet for his children. And I think part of also the inspiration of this is us, the children, the next generation growing up, and for this concept, and wanting to push and take responsibility as well for some actions that we think can be even more in our future, because we do know that climate change is a big issue, sometimes not discussed enough about. We're just coming out of a global pandemic, but the reality is with climate change you have a 40-year lag between cause and effect. So today we're polluting, but it's only in 40 years that we're going to have the consequences of the pollution. And we're polluting at a record rate. So it's the prime time to make the change, to switch to electric, to go solar, and a small word as well, as I'm talking about my father, because he's always been supportive, of my projects, always been an inspiration, always been supportive of his children's project. Also my brother, when he had started and founded a company. A true role model, not only in his ability to, and as a father, but in his ability to deal with people, to be very human. And I think that's what we admire all from.
I think we can say that Patrick leads by giving the example.
Definitely.
So that's something I learned in the short time that I met him.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And I think we are definitely on the right steps. So maybe to wrap up this amazing episode, we could talk a little bit more of what's next for Evlab.
Yeah, I mean, we just launched our first pop-up. Come see it in the Galleria in Mall of the Emirates, July 7 to 17. Our next pop-up is going to be in Meredith City Center, August 15 to 24. And we're hoping after that, without saying too much, that we can open the first multi-brand electric vehicle store.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
And Rami, we're waiting for you. Linton already came, waiting
Definitely,
for you.
Yes,
And the
I'll be
rest of
visiting the store, the pop-up stand, hopefully soon, yeah.
All the Chalhoub employees are super welcome to come visit us and try some electric cars as well.
Will do.
We're waiting, I think, quite a few people over the weekend, so it'll be exciting.
Thank you guys for joining us today, and stay tuned for the next episodes.